We're going to start with Jon Snow, Beyond Death. Okay. So where did we leave Jon Snow? Jon Snow's stabbing at the end.
Having a nap. Having a nap in the
Yeah, he's steamy nap. He I don't know if he closed his eyes, but Jon Snow's stabbing at the end of A Dance with Dragons left us all a gasping. We were gasped at the moment. 3 theories dominated, like his, will he be, will Melisandre resurrect him, warging into ghost, or returning as something darker like a Lady Stoneheart? One of my
all 3.
Yeah. And a quote from that moment, for the watch, and they stab him. So I'll briefly, which one do you guys feel would be the Melisandre one, the warg into ghost, or like a fire Wight, which is now becoming a real thing in the fandom after
I hope it's ghost, because it's the one that we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also it was literally his last words.
Which kind of also, yeah. I mean, we get like that same last words Rob did, last words were of his direwolf. So I don't think George would have done that for no reason. What up, Mason?
How you guys doing?
We're doing good, buddy. We're talking about characters who are lost, dead, maybe dead, alive, or forgotten by George, coming up in the Winds of Winter. So we're first talking about Jon and some of the fan theories about Jon, Melisandre's magic bringing him back, which I don't know why they separated these two. That's why I put them both, but I feel like they're the same. Warging into ghost, not warging into ghost, that's separate. But Melisandre's magic or fire Wight, to me, that's the same as Melisandre's, but there's a little bit of a difference, I guess.
Do you think that's why she brought Shireen with her?
Or kept her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because only life can pay for death.
Right. And she's a cursed child, and the wildlings will have no issue with it. And the Queen's men will have no issue. Yeah. I mean, it's true. The wildlings will have no issue with it. They think she's, a curse. Her mother doesn't care, whatever Melisandre says. And they got,
her mother's not with her.
Yeah, no, Lady Celene's there. Selene, is it?
Is she? I thought she was still with Stannis.
Nope.
Okay.
No, the queen and her daughter stayed in the Queen's Tower, right? I think they're in the Queen's Tower or the King's Tower. And Melisandre. Everybody else went. Except for the Queen's own like knights. They're considered they're really like R'hllor followers. So I'll read the different fan theories, give a little blurb, and we'll talk about them. So Melisandre, like Thoros with Beric, she resurrects Jon, but he may lose part of himself in the process. Some fans believe his leadership qualities or compassion would be diminished, leaving behind a harder, more ruthless Jon. Others argue he could emerge as Azor Ahai reborn, but only at the cost of the Jon Snow we knew. This connects to GRRM's point that Beric was a foreshadowing. Each resurrection leaves the person less whole, a hint that Jon's rebirth would not be clean or painless. Now, the fire Wight one, he comes back changed, cold, unrecognizable, mirroring more of a Lady Stoneheart. Fans picture Jon, who is technically alive, but more corpse than man. So instead of coming back more like Beric, who still looks like a man, and this is after the 8th or 9th time we finally see him. He's already died. He still looks and acts like a man, just loses part of his memories and stuff. This is more him coming back like a fire Wight Lady Stoneheart. His heart no longer beating with warmth, but driven by fire magic. Some argue this would make him an echo of Lady Stoneheart, alive only for duty and vengeance, stripped of compassion. Others connect it to GRRM's theme that death changes people oh man, I put the word in there because I thought I could
irreversibly.
No,
irrevocably.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. A fire white Jon might be unable to love, to father children, or to rule with empathy, creating a colder, more terrifying Lord Commander or even a king. And then the final one is warging into Ghost. His last thoughts and words is of Ghost. Many believe Jon's spirit survives in his direwolf. Some fans expand this further, suggesting Jon might remain inside Ghost for an extended time, his human body preserved until a resurrection is possible. Others speculate that his consciousness could blend permanently with the direwolf, making him less a man and more of a wolf in mind and instinct. This raises questions. Would a Jon who lives through Ghost still be fit to lead men? Or would he become something wilder, more primal than the Lord Commander ever was? So those are the three major theories, fan theories. If you have something different, please put it in the chat. What up? Mike has bad knees. Put it in the chat, guys. My question will be yes or no. Will Jon return as Azor Ahai reborn or something much darker? I put like a GRRM tease in each one of these, and it kind of is already what I talked about. George has said Beric was a foreshadowing case. And every resurrection takes something away. That means Jon, there is, a cost to be resurrected. I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. Or theory 4, he stays dead. That is another theory. So, I'll give Mason a minute to think about that because he just got on. Grant and then Tina. What do you think, Grant?
Yeah, overall, I think it's I'm on the thing that I think that if they go similar to the show route, then he has to lose whatever it was that made him him.
Mm-hmm.
Because like with Beric and everything, he only had small issues, but he was resurected right away.
9. Yeah,
and he still has that. Like
Right.
Lady Stoneheart lost basically everything. She was floating in the water for 2 days until the direwolf pulled her out, sort of thing. Like, I think
that was
because he's
Nymeria that pulled her out. Yeah.
And I think ultimately the thing that we're going to get with Jon's character is either he's going to be the worst version of himself, or he's going to be a completely different character. He'll be resurrected as whatever the last hero was, Azor Ahai. Who knows? It could be a different spirit that comes back into the body. The one that we know as Jon Snow is actually dead, and this new version is back. Because I don't see him going any way that the show did.
Right. No, where they forgot about it after a day.
Yeah, it's not important.
Yeah.
Like,
well, or could it be also like he stays in Ghost and another spirit takes his body? That could be
it could be like that. Like, I mean, I could see him joining Nymeria in the the 20,000 large wolf pack that they've got. Because remember, in the initial storyline, Arya and Jon were in a relationship.
Right.
So it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for the dogs to be in a bit of a because I mean, also like they say, like with direwolves and the wolves, there is no genetic issue with incest either, because that's a normal pack thing.
And if you want more direwolves, she's the only female left. And even though he took that like relationship out, he did keep their relationship, like how close they are. So
he's kept everything that was in the initial 3 parts in there, but he's just changed certain things. Like, Catelyn still dies, but except the difference was she Bran and Arya went above the wall, and that's where Arya was learning her training and everything, and learning to be more magical that way. That's how she became Lady Stoneheart, was up through there. Like, they still kept the same things, the sacking of Winterfell, except instead of being Ramsay and Theon and everything, it was Tyrion.
It was
it was Tyrion.
Jamie or Tyrion? Okay,
it was Tyrion, because Tyrion also, there was also a love triangle between Tyrion, Arya, and Jon, sort of thing.
Well, Jon's a good-looking guy. What are you going to do?
And how Winterfell gets taken back is an attack from the north with Bran, Arya, and wildlings, and from the south it was the direwolf pack.
Right. And I still think he's going to do something like that with the
I still think that, yeah. Like, I mean, they said that it's 10 to 20,000 so far. Like,
oh,
by the
is
time
that
that
much?
it's huge. It's a huge.
I thought
pack.
it was like 100.
No, it's in the thousands. So,
wow. Oh, I did not know that. But
yeah,
I also
it's a
think
gigantic wolf pack that will yeah, like
I think also, let's say that a different spirit, like you said, goes into Jon. Bran or one of the others that warg into their wolves can communicate with Ghost, maybe. Bran most likely could do it while he's in the tree net, in the weirwood net, and figure out that Jon is not back. This is somebody else who took his body. I thought that actually would kind of be cool.
I think if it was the Night King and they used that as their reason that they can get past the wall, that's their loophole.
Yeah, because he's a brother of the Night's Watch. What were you gonna say, Tina? Good one, though.
What you mentioned about Bran being able to warg to identify that that Jon is actually in Ghost and not in his body. I thought that would happen, but with Arya, that there would be a reuniting of Nymeria and Arya, and then through Nymeria, she would realize, oh my gosh, this is Jon. That is not Jon.
Right. That would be cool. That would be interesting.
And then it would bring in, then it would give almost Bran like his number one responsibility first is to get Jon back in his body. And that could go on for an extended period of time in the story. Once again, if we need to delay and wait for Daenerys to get her shit together and get to Westeros.
Right. Oh man. All right. What, you have any other ideas before we move on to Mason?
Nope. The fact that he wargs into Ghosts, I think, is the most interesting of them all. And then having somebody or something take over.
Yeah,
the body. I like that.
That's cool. All right, Mason, how about you?
Yeah, he's definitely his soul is definitely in Ghost right now. I do like the idea that like the Great Other will possess his body. Like that's why they were looking for him in like the prologue.
Right. That's an interesting one. I love that.
Yeah. Especially with Azor Ahai being, Lightbringer.
Okay.
That being like Lucifer means Lightbringer. Therefore, like a false savior, Jon coming back, and everybody's like looking at it like a sign, and it's actually like the complete opposite.
Right. That's interesting. I like that.
Like what they did with Lost and John Locke.
No, that's John Locke. You think he's going to be like this spiritual good guy, and he turns out to be working with like the Black Mist, right? Smoke?
No, it is the Black Mist that overtakes his body when he dies.
Oh,
he comes back and masquerades as him.
Okay, that's crazy. All right, I really appreciate you guys. But we are out, guys. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.